So you want to go to the movies, but you don't know what to see.
What do I see?
Is it action, drama, science fiction, or romantic comedy? There are so many choices and movies ain't free, and you and your friends can never agree. The last one she picked you wanted to leave.
And now for your viewing pleasure, it's the Erin and Bill.
No, it's the Bill and Erin.
But I thought...
No.
Visiting the old, introducing the new, keeping you laughing with combative reviews.
We might even show you some dolls in the new.
What the
It's the Bill and Erin outrageously entertaining film review show.
Let's go.
Sports trivia time.
Oh, really?
I sat up all last night and came up with some really tough trivia questions for you.
For me? Okay, well, I'm
Right.
just for it. Bring
ready?
it. Yeah.
Okay. What were the names of the original 8 NFL teams?
8, original 8. Well, that would be a trick question, Bill, because there were only 5 teams originally established. The Cardinals being the oldest, the Packers, the Bears, Lions, and the Giants. Oh my.
That is pretty good stuff, Erin.
Thanks, Bill.
I mean, really good
Really
stuff.
wasn't that hard,
Got
though.
another one for you.
Oh, really? Okay.
What are the top 3 highest grossing football films of all time?
Well, would you like that adjusted for inflated box office millions, Bill? Because if so, it would be 1, The Blind Side, 2, The Waterboy, and 3, The Longest Yard. However, the top 3 grossing films featuring football would be Forrest Gump 1, Jerry Maguire 2, and The Game Plan 3.
How the do you know that? How
Your
do you know
answers
that?
are written on the cue card up there.
My answers are written on
Yeah.
the cue cards. Written on the... My answers are written on the goddamn cue cards, Dan! My answers are written on the cue cards. Are you kidding me?
down.
You're the director. I wrote questions, and you wrote the answers so Erin can see them?
Bill, you're
Are
being
you
a
out of your
diva.
mind? Martin Scorsese, you are not!
Bill, you're being ridiculous and a diva.
Oh my
Stop
God.
it. Calm down.
I can't even go on.
They really weren't that hard of questions
Dan, I
anyway.
want you in my
knew them
office in
anyway.
10
I mean,
minutes.
it really wasn't that big a deal. You need to calm down.
I'm not saying you're fired.
Oh, you
I'm just saying
you don't have the
there's
authority
going
to fire
be
anyone.
Hell to pay!
Well, it's time to fire up the movie meter, Bill.
Nice. Not nice. I didn't move my mouth. Nice.
Well, it's about that time to fire up the movie meter.
Fire it up. What is
Yeah.
the movie meter, Erin?
Well, Bill, as you know, we review films based on 5 specific categories.
Yes.
And in each category, the more we like, the meter goes up. The more we dislike, the meter goes down. And at the end, we'll let you know whether to pay for it or wait for it.
Nice.
Hence the point of our review show.
Let's do it. Let's
Great.
review Draft Day. Story. Story, you know what? Not very good. You felt the cliches coming early, and after that, they came fast and they came often. The owner who wants butts in the seats.
Right.
The son who could never make his father happy.
Yep.
The coach who wants his players to play a certain way. The knocked
Well.
up girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, all of those cliches are fine if the film offered a fresh way of showing them, but the film did not. It
That's
offers no
true.
surprises, and it played it safe, and that bothered me. Story, weak.
Like you said, cliche, right down to the knocked up girlfriend.
All of it.
The main and forced romantic relationship between Garner and Costner.
Can we all say together, no chemistry? No
Well,
chemistry?
it wasn't- and-
no chemistry?
There was no chemistry, but it was also just like, okay, she conveniently tells him she's knocked up the day before the draft, and then she's upset that he's not, more enthusiastic about
Haven't
their
seen that
secret
one
love
before.
child, right?
Woo.
And then a simple "I'm sorry" and she's right back into his arms. I found it to be complete bullshit. And why was that even part of the story? Was it to get a female demographic right? I don't know.
No
But
idea.
anyway, like you said, story was weak and cliche and not surprising. What are you doing, Bill?
I'm getting into character.
On that note. Great actors in this film, surface characters. But I'm really surprised that these specific actors looked at this script and said, I really need to play. I need to
Yeah.
tell this person's story. I mean, again, predictable and stereotypical. What I will say, though, is the QB and the Browns draftees, they were the only characters that made me feel anything real during this whole movie, and for that I thank you. But I mean, can I mention that Ellen Burstyn was in this film? They wasted the out of her.
Who cares?
Yeah.
They could have had a mop play that scenes. A mop. An old mop. I mean, you have a solid cast. I mean, you have Costner, Gardner, Leary, Ellen Burstyn, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
these
Oscar
are all
winner.
these are Academy Award nominated actors. Some of
Yes.
them, they've all done good films, but here they're completely wasted. No
Yeah.
one dug deep on this one. I was very disappointed. Here is where I had the biggest issue with the film.
Okay.
This was directed by Ivan Reitman. You know
Yes.
his name. If you don't know his name, then you should know his movies. Classics such as
Ghostbusters.
Stripes. He's
Come on.
done some really good work. Kindergarten Cop, you can even throw that one in there. But this film had such a lack of
not the
energy. This film had such a lack of energy and urgency behind it. I mean, really, this guy's directed some really funny films that come to life. This one did not. Not only that, he has the actors have line readings that would have made George Lucas blush. I mean, there's some really bad line readings in this film.
There are.
Once again, the director's job to pick up on that. They were laugh out loud lines.
They weren't supposed to be funny,
This
though.
film is not called The Room. You shouldn't be laughing at the dialogue and the lines.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Throw in the garish colors and the green screen, and I really don't know what Reitman was trying to do. I mean,
Yeah, good point.
what I can appreciate was the active split screen and visual merging of the worlds that he did to try and keep us engaged, but it still wasn't enough. It didn't work. All
true.
that back and forth, here and there, and the clock ticking down to create urgency, I saw it, but I sure as hell didn't feel it. People, it was a ton of bad CGI for no reason. It wasn't as if we needed it. We weren't watching great football plays,
Right.
or we didn't need anything other than, the aerial shots of the stadium to let us know where we were, to tell us what was going on. And then there was that clock. That fucking clock that came up like every other minute to let us know what time it was. Time's ticking down. Uh-oh, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
This isn't an episode of 24, right,
Yeah.
man?
Exactly. No need for the clock because nothing was happening. Listen, the split screen was more of a gimmick than a necessary
Yeah.
tool. And for such a colorful and good-looking sport, especially the way it looks on television, this film on the big screen, which should have looked 10 times better than the actual football
game,
does on
yeah,
television,
right.
looked like
How does
that's
that work?
it. Remember the scene with Ellen Bernstein on the 50-yard line? It looked so
yeah.
bad.
With the
People were
sun
laughing.
setting?
With the sun setting. People were laughing in the audience.
They looked
That's
like
how
they
bad it
just
was.
plopped her in there, like, she just didn't even look like she was really there.
Probably was that mop we referred to earlier. This is a bad example of digital filmmaking on the big screen. So
I know.
Spectacle, no mas.
Well, we've now reached the point of the show where Bill and I talk about the undefinable elements that can make or break a show and are specific to us. So why don't you take it away, Bill?
The Bill Factor! So the Bill Factor.
Yes.
The Bill Factor for this one is, I feel this film should have worked. I feel with the director, the cast, and the subject matter, this film should have taken off, but it did not. Draft day is an exciting time. It may not be exciting to watch, Erin. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
but there's a
you
lot
ain't
of drama.
lying.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of inherent drama going on during that day. And there is a great film out there to be made about this. But alas, it was not this film. It was not Draft Day.
Okay.
Really a black eye for all involved. Only because it just sat and laid there. Like a toad in the sun.
The Erin element. There's no real Erin element here. Listen, folks, it's a flick you watch hungover on your couch on a Sunday when you don't have anything else to do or you're putting off laundry. I mean, it's mildly entertaining. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it like you said, it just doesn't work. I still love everyone in it, just not in this movie, and wait for it. Why watch Draft Day when you can watch more Bill and Erin reviews?
Absolutely. Speaking of the devil, they shall appear. Like us on Facebook. Don't waste your time on Draft Day. Go on to our website, which is located at
www.billanderonsfilm.com.
Booyah Shaka. And like us on Facebook.
And subscribe to us on YouTube.
You want to go to the movies, but you don't know what to see.
What do I see?
Is it action, drama, science fiction, or romantic